The morning stiffness. You know that feeling, don't you? Waking up and feeling like every joint is complaining, every movement a negotiation. It's more than just a bit of creakiness. For many of us over 60, it's a daily struggle that limits what we can do, dampens our enthusiasm, and makes simple tasks feel like monumental efforts. Maybe you used to bound out of bed, ready to start the day. But now, just getting moving feels like you're wading through treacle. It can be disheartening. Can't it? That nagging stiffness, that achiness that just won't quit, making you feel older than you really are. You might worry it's just an inevitable part of getting on in years, something you just have to live with. But what if I told you there's a simple, natural way to fight back? A powerful tool hidden in plain sight, right in your kitchen. Something that specifically targets the root cause of much of that stiffness and discomfort. It's not a magic pill, but it works with your body in a fundamental way. In this video, we're going to explore why that stiffness happens, why focusing on something called inflammation is key, and reveal just one specific food that can make a surprising difference in melting away that joint pain and getting you moving more freely again. Watch to the end for something that will surprise you about this simple solution. Let's talk about that root cause I mentioned, inflammation. Now, inflammation isn't always a bad thing. In fact, acute inflammation, the kind that happens when you stub your toe or catch a cold, is your body's way of healing. It sends out repair crews to the injured or infected site. That's good inflammation. The problem comes with chronic inflammation, the kind that smolders quietly inside your body for years, often without you even knowing it's there until it starts causing problems. As we get older, this chronic, low-grade inflammation tends to increase. Think of it like a constant, low-level fire burning inside you. And where does it often settle? Right in your joints. This persistent inflammation irritates the delicate tissues in your joints, the cartilage, the synovial fluid, the surrounding muscles and ligaments. It's like having sandpaper constantly rubbing against the moving parts. This irritation leads to swelling, pain, and, yes, that familiar stiffness. It's not just wear and tear. It's an active process of inflammation damaging your joints over time. And sadly, many aspects of modern life and our typical diets contribute to this chronic inflammation. Think about highly processed foods, those ready meals, sugary snacks, refined carbohydrates, and unhealthy fats found in many convenience foods. These things are like pouring fuel on that internal fire. They are designed to be tasty and convenient, but they often lack the vital nutrients our bodies need to fight inflammation and are packed with ingredients that promote it. Eating a diet high in these inflammatory foods creates a constant state of alert in your body, and your immune system starts sending out inflammatory signals all the time, even when there's no real injury or threat. Over decades, this takes a toll, and your joints are often one of the first places to show the effects. So, while the title promised one food, it's crucial to understand that tackling joint stiffness effectively involves understanding the bigger picture of inflammation. We can't just add one good thing while continuing to do everything else that makes inflammation worse. It's about shifting the balance. It's about understanding that every bite of food you take is either feeding inflammation or fighting it. And honestly, for many years, without realizing it, many of us have been inadvertently feeding the fire. We've been told to watch our cholesterol or cut calories, which are important for other health reasons. But the crucial role of inflammation in joint health often gets overlooked. Consider how different your body feels after eating a greasy takeaway compared to a meal packed with fresh vegetables and lean protein. That sluggishness, that heavy feeling after junk food. Some of that is your body reacting to inflammatory triggers. Over time, these small reactions compound. And it's not just food. Lack of sleep, chronic stress, not moving enough. These all contribute to that low-grade inflammatory state that stiffens your joints. They all work together to keep that internal fire burning. And when that fire is burning, your joints, which rely on smooth movement and healthy tissue, are directly in the line of fire. So, while we will absolutely reveal and focus on that specific powerful anti-inflammatory food, understand that its power is amplified when you also make other small shifts to reduce the overall inflammatory burden on your body. Think of it as building a solid foundation. If you're building a house, adding a beautiful roof tile or special food is great, but it won't do much good if the foundation and walls, your overall diet and lifestyle, are crumbling. We need to lay the groundwork for healing and reduced inflammation. This involves being mindful of what you eat, how you move, and how you manage stress. It's not about being perfect overnight. It's about making conscious choices that support your body's natural ability to heal and reduce inflammation. Understanding this bigger picture makes the power of that one specific food even more significant. It becomes not just a food you eat, but a key player in a larger strategy to reclaim your mobility and comfort. This understanding is the first crucial step towards melting away that stiffness. And now that we have this foundation, let's move on to understanding more about how we can create an environment in our bodies where inflammation struggles to take hold, setting the stage perfectly for the impact of our key food. So, how do we start building that foundation beyond avoiding the obvious inflammatory culprits like excessive sugar and processed foods? There are other simple, yet incredibly effective, strategies that work synergistically with powerful anti-inflammatory foods. One key area is movement. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Movement. When I'm stiff and sore, the last thing I want to do is move, and I completely understand that feeling. But gentle, consistent movement is absolutely vital for joint health. Think of your joints like hinges. If they sit still for too long, they get rusty and stiff. Movement helps lubricate the joints by encouraging the production and circulation of synovial fluid, that natural cushioning substance. It also keeps the surrounding muscles strong, which supports the joints and takes some of the pressure off. But the type of movement matters, especially when you're dealing with stiffness. High-impact activities might feel jarring or even painful. We're talking about gentle, low-impact activities here. Walking is fantastic. Even a short, leisurely walk around the block can make a difference. Tai Chi or Qigong are wonderful because they involve slow, flowing movements that improve flexibility and balance without stressing the joints. Swimming or water aerobics are excellent options because the water supports your body, reducing the impact. Gentle stretching or yoga designed for seniors can help improve your range of motion. The key is consistency, not intensity. Just a little bit each day can help keep those hinges from rusting up. Listen to your body. If something hurts, stop. The goal is to move more comfortably, not push through pain. Starting small, maybe just 5 or 10 minutes a few times a day, and gradually increasing as you feel able, is the way to go. This gentle movement helps reduce inflammation by improving circulation and reducing stress hormones, which are also linked to inflammation. Another often overlooked piece of the puzzle is hydration. Simple, plain water. Staying well hydrated is crucial for overall health, and it plays a role in joint health too. Synovial fluid, that joint lubricant we talked about, is primarily water. If you're dehydrated, that fluid can become thicker and less effective, leading to more friction and stiffness in the joints. Think of trying to move a rusty hinge without oil. It's much harder. Hydration helps keep that oil flowing smoothly. Aim for several glasses of water throughout the day. You don't need to overdo it, but consistently sipping water is a simple habit that supports your joints from the inside out. Sometimes, we mistake thirst for hunger, or we just don't think about drinking enough water, especially as we age and our sense of thirst can diminish. Making a conscious effort to drink water regularly is a small habit with potentially big benefits for your joint comfort. And what about other foods? While we're focusing on one specific powerhouse food, incorporating a variety of other anti-inflammatory foods into your diet creates a supportive environment. Think vibrant fruits and vegetables, berries, leafy greens, broccoli, bell peppers, tomatoes. These are packed with antioxidants and vitamins that help quench inflammation throughout your body. Healthy fats from sources like avocados, nuts, and seeds also contribute beneficial compounds. These foods provide the body with the building blocks it needs to repair tissue and fight inflammation naturally. They work in concert, creating a powerful anti-inflammatory synergy. It's not about restricting yourself to just a few things. It's about building a diet rich in nutrient-dense, anti-inflammatory foods, and reducing the foods that fan the flames of inflammation. It's a shift in focus, from simply avoiding bad things to actively incorporating good things that nourish your body and support your joint health. These gentle habits, movement, hydration, and a diet rich in diverse, healthy foods create the perfect environment for the star of our show. The one specific food that has remarkable power to target joint stiffness, to really shine and do its best work. These are the supporting actors that make the main character's performance truly spectacular. Next, we'll dive deeper into how sleep and stress also fit into this picture before we finally unveil that special food. Let's continue building this picture of an anti-inflammatory lifestyle because, as you're seeing, it's not just about one magic bullet, even though we have a very powerful one to discuss. Two more crucial pieces that significantly impact inflammation and stiffness are sleep and stress. We often underestimate how much these seemingly separate parts of our lives influence our physical well-being, especially our joints. Poor sleep is a major contributor to chronic inflammation. When you don't get enough quality sleep, your body doesn't have the chance to fully repair and regenerate. This can lead to increased levels of inflammatory markers in your body. Think of sleep as your body's nightly repair crew. If the crew doesn't get enough time to work, things start breaking down. And that internal fire I mentioned earlier burns brighter. Aiming for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night can make a remarkable difference not just in how alert you feel, but in how your joints feel. Establishing a regular sleep schedule, creating a dark, quiet, and cool bedroom environment, and avoiding screens right before bed are simple steps that can improve your sleep quality. It takes effort and consistency, but the payoff in reduced stiffness and overall well-being is immense. Stress is another silent amplifier of inflammation. When you're stressed, your body releases stress hormones like cortisol. In the short term, this is a helpful survival mechanism. But when you're chronically stressed, these hormones remain elevated, and they can contribute to systemic inflammation. Worrying about finances, dealing with family issues, feeling isolated, or even just the daily frustrations of life can keep your body in a state of heightened alert. Feeding that inflammatory fire. Finding ways to manage stress is vital. This could be anything from meditation or deep breathing exercises to spending time in nature, pursuing a hobby you love, listening to music, or connecting with friends and family. Whatever helps you relax and de-stress is a powerful tool in your anti-inflammatory arsenal. Even small, consistent practices, maybe 10 minutes of quiet reflection in the morning or a short walk in the park, can help lower cortisol levels and calm that internal storm. So, you see, while food is incredibly powerful, tackling stiffness is truly a holistic endeavor. It involves nurturing your body through movement, hydration, a nutrient-rich diet, sufficient sleep, and effective stress management. All these elements work together to create a hostile environment for inflammation and a supportive one for joint health. They prepare your body to fully benefit from the potent anti-inflammatory power of the specific food we're about to discuss. Think of it like preparing the soil before planting a prize-winning seed. You weed it, you enrich it, you water it. The seed, our special food, will grow much stronger and produce a better harvest, reduced stiffness in well-prepared soil, a body with lower overall inflammation. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I get the general healthy living stuff, but you promised one specific food, and we're finally ready to reveal it. This food isn't exotic or hard to find. In fact, it's likely something you've seen in the supermarket, maybe even eaten before. But perhaps you haven't fully appreciated its incredible power against joint stiffness. We've talked about setting the stage, about the environment of inflammation, and how important the basics are. Now, let's talk about the los tendidos. The factor, the food that can directly target and help quench that fire in your joints. It's a food celebrated for its health benefits, and its impact on inflammation, particularly joint inflammation, is backed by a wealth of research. This food is rich in a specific type of fat that your body needs, but can't produce on its own. And these fats are potent inflammation fighters. Get ready, because this simple addition to your diet can make a profound difference in how you feel every single day. It's time to talk about the single anti-inflammatory food that can truly help melt away that stiffness. And next, we will reveal exactly what that food is and delve into why it is so uniquely powerful for your joints and how you can easily incorporate it into your life. All right, the moment we've been building towards, we've talked about the problem of chronic inflammation settling in your joints as we age, causing that frustrating stiffness and pain. We've discussed how modern life, diet, lack of sleep, stress, and insufficient movement can all fuel that fire. And we've laid the groundwork, understanding that creating an overall anti-inflammatory lifestyle is key to long-term joint health. Now, let's unveil the star of the show. The single anti-inflammatory food that can have a remarkable impact on melting away that stiffness. Fatty fish. Yes, you heard that right. Fatty fish, like salmon, mackerel, sardines, herring, and anchovies, are incredibly rich in something called omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid. And these aren't just any fats, they are essential fats, meaning your body cannot produce them itself. You have to get them from your diet. And when it comes to fighting inflammation, particularly the kind that affects your joints, EPA and DHA are superstars. So, how do they work their magic? Think of inflammation as a complex biological process involving various chemical messengers in your body. Omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA from fatty fish, act as powerful inhibitors of these inflammatory messengers. They actually get incorporated into the cell membranes throughout your body. When inflammatory signals are sent, these omega-3s interfere with the production of pro-inflammatory substances, like certain prostaglandins and leukotrienes. They essentially cool down the inflammatory response at a cellular level. They are like putting a sophisticated, highly effective fire extinguisher right where the inflammation is starting in your joints. Studies have consistently shown that regular consumption of fatty fish, or supplementing with fish oil containing EPA and DHA, can significantly reduce joint pain, stiffness, and swelling in people with inflammatory joint conditions like rheumatoid arthritis. While osteoarthritis, the more common wear and tear arthritis, is less purely inflammatory. It often has an inflammatory component. And omega-3s can help here too by reducing that underlying irritation and protecting cartilage, even for general age-related stiffness that might not be diagnosed arthritis. The anti-inflammatory effects of fatty fish can lead to noticeable improvements in comfort and mobility. Now, how much and how often the general recommendation from health organizations is to eat fatty fish at least 2 portions per week. A portion is typically around 100 to 150 grams, about 3.5 to 5 ounces. Focusing on the smash fish, sardines, mackerel, anchovies, salmon, and herring is a great way to ensure you're getting plenty of those beneficial omega-3s. Salmon is a popular choice, widely available, and versatile. Canned salmon or sardines are excellent, affordable options and don't require much preparation. They can be added to salads, sandwiches, or eaten straight from the can. Incorporating fatty fish into your diet twice a week is a concrete, actionable step you can take right now that directly targets the inflammatory causes of joint stiffness. Imagine swapping out a meal high in inflammatory processed meats for a delicious piece of baked salmon with roasted vegetables, or adding a handful of sardines to your lunch salad instead of cold cuts. These aren't drastic changes, but their cumulative effect on your body's inflammatory state can be profound. Think back to that morning stiffness. Eating fatty fish regularly helps to reduce the inflammatory signals that are making your joints feel tight and sore. It's not a miracle cure, and it won't happen overnight, but over time. As the omega-3s build up in your system, you should start to notice a difference. Getting out of bed might feel a little easier. Walking around the house might be less of a struggle. And those everyday movements that used to cause discomfort might become smoother. It's about regaining some of that lost ease of movement, reclaiming your comfort, and feeling more capable and less limited by your joints. Remember how we talked about building the foundation with other healthy habits. When you combine eating fatty fish twice a week with gentle movement, staying hydrated, getting enough sleep, and managing stress, you create a powerful synergy. The fatty fish directly fights inflammation, while the other habits support your body's overall health and reduce other inflammatory triggers. It's like having a full team working to make your joints feel better. The fatty fish is the star striker, but the rest of the team is essential for setting up the play. So, the one anti-inflammatory food that can truly help melt stiffness in your joints fast is fatty fish, rich in EPA and DHA omega-3s. Making it a regular part of your diet is one of the most effective dietary changes you can make for joint comfort. It's a simple, natural solution, delicious and versatile, and backed by science. Start aiming for those 2 portions a week. Experiment with different types of fatty fish and different recipes. Find ways that you genuinely enjoy eating it. This isn't about restriction. It's about adding something incredibly beneficial to your life. Remember, small changes often lead to the biggest results over time. Adding fatty fish to your diet is a significant small change with the potential to make a real difference in your joint stiffness and overall comfort. It's about taking proactive steps to support your body and live your best life at every age. Don't underestimate the power of this simple food. It's a potent tool in your fight against age-related stiffness and inflammation. Give it a try, be consistent, and listen to your body. You might be surprised at the positive changes you experience. Start today. Maybe plan your first fatty fish meal for this week. Your joints will thank you. So, to recap, we've journeyed from understanding the pervasive problem of age-related joint stiffness fueled by chronic inflammation, through exploring the essential supporting habits like gentle movement, proper hydration, sufficient sleep, and stress management, all of which create an environment where inflammation is less likely to thrive. And we've unveiled and championed the power of fatty fish, rich in omega-3 fatty acids, EPA, and DHA, as the key single food that directly targets that joint inflammation, acting as a powerful agent to help melt away stiffness. It's easy to feel discouraged by stiffness and discomfort as we get older. It can feel like an uphill battle against time. But the truth is, you have more power than you might think to influence how you feel. Making conscious choices about what you eat and how you live can have a profound impact on your body's inflammatory state and, consequently, on the comfort and mobility of your joints. Adding fatty fish to your diet is a powerful step, but remember the synergy. It works best as part of a broader approach that supports overall well-being. Think about incorporating that fatty fish into your meals twice a week. Find delicious ways to prepare salmon. Add sardines to your snacks, or try mackerel for a change. Couple this with a commitment to moving your body gently every day, staying well hydrated throughout the day, prioritizing those 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep, and finding effective ways to manage the stress in your life. These aren't overwhelming, radical changes. They are achievable, sustainable habits that build upon each other. Remember, small changes made consistently over time lead to big results. You might not wake up tomorrow feeling completely free of stiffness, but with patience and consistency, you can absolutely make a significant difference in your daily comfort and mobility. This is about empowering yourself to take control of how you feel and refuse to accept stiffness as an inevitable part of aging. It's about giving your body the support it needs to function more smoothly and comfortably. Don't let stiffness hold you back from doing the things you love. Want to play with your grandchildren? Go for a walk in the park, tend to your garden, or simply enjoy getting out of bed without that initial struggle. Focusing on reducing inflammation and specifically incorporating that potent anti-inflammatory fatty fish into your diet is a fantastic way to work towards those goals. We've covered a lot, from the hidden fire of inflammation to the specific power of omega-3s in fatty fish. I truly hope this information empowers you and gives you practical steps you can take starting today. If you found this video helpful, please share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you tried incorporating fatty fish or other anti-inflammatory foods into your diet? What difference have you noticed your experiences can help others in our community? And if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more simple, actionable strategies to live your healthiest, happiest life over 60, please give this video a like. It really helps us reach more people who could benefit from this information. And be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. We're always sharing tips and insights designed specifically for our amazing audience over 60, helping you navigate this wonderful stage of life with vitality and joy. Remember, getting older is a privilege, And it should be enjoyed with as much comfort and mobility as possible. You deserve to feel good in your body. Take these steps. Focus on nourishing yourself with powerful foods like fatty fish. And support your body with healthy habits. You've got this. Keep moving. Keep exploring. Keep living fully. Live your best life at every age.